When defining English, we cannot simplify it as a subject of teaching one to read and write. Yes, to an extent, becoming able to read and write does factor into what English entails. However, to reduce it down to this would be an oversimplification. According to the Australian curriculum in 2018, English is a subject designed to nurture and develop the brains of young Australians. At its core, it works to shape young learners to experience and interpret the world around them to its full potential. English as a curriculum learning area is a subject that nurtures a child's ability to thrive within various social contexts and environments, teaching them skills of information analysis and processing, understanding language, both verbal and non-verbal, skills in relationship building, and inquisitive minds. The Australian curriculum has been divided into 3 learning areas, that being language, literature, and literacy. Early childhood educators look towards the early years learning framework to inform teaching practices. Outcome 5 of the early years learning framework states the aim for children to become effective communicators. An activity that could teach English to children ages 3 to 4 years could be the activity I have titled On My Plate. The activity will commence with an educator reading children the book You Are What You Eat by D.K. Books. Listening to the story, the children will learn about the way various foods interact with their body. Once having listened to the text, the educators will encourage conversation amongst the children, asking them prompting questions such as, what foods could be categorized as sometimes foods, and how would this certain food make you feel? In small groups, the children will then work to cut and paste different images of foods into categories on their page. The children can determine what these categories are, with the aim being to group them into the same groups explained within the book. The literature strand is explored through the book itself. Children practice listening to the verbal language of the teacher reading the book, as well as visual language from the storybook images. Literacy is strengthened through the group question time, as the children have to process, understand, and draw conclusions from the book. Language is also developed through the children answering questions and sorting images into the different groups on their page. Literacy is the ability to effectively and competently use a language in all its forms. According to the Early Years Learning Framework, literacy skills encompasses one's ability to effectively adapt to and process the information from a range of social contexts, analysing and drawing meaning from this information so as to thrive within different environments. Educators can teach these literacy skills to children ages 4 to 5 years through a classroom activity I have termed Different Voices, Different Places. This activity aims to teach children about voice regulation. Educators will begin by playing students a digital recording of the book Little Tiger is Loud by Susan Hood on YouTube. Following the book, the students will be given 2 paper faces, one that is red, symbolising loud, and one that is blue, symbolising quiet. The educators will then stick different images of varying environments on the whiteboard. So that could be a movie cinema, a library, a school playground, or a theme park. The students will then decide whether they think the blue or red face is necessary under each environment. Understanding and processing the information presented to them in the book, the children's literacy skills will be strengthened as they will be better able to voice regulate within different environments. So outcome 5 of the EYLF, Children Are Effective Communicators, also highlights the importance for children to engage and take meaning from a range of different text formats. By incorporating digital text into the activity, the children's skills in interpreting digital text is strengthened. The students' multimodal literacy is also strengthened. Multimodal literacy being the ability to process and construct meaning from a range of different text formats. So when looking at English as a curriculum learning area and then literacy skills, key differences arise. According to the Australian curriculum, English as a subject teaches students skills to better able to interpret, understand, and draw meaning from literature texts. Whereas literacy skills involve teaching students how the ability to thrive and survive in everyday situations in different contexts and environments. The State Government of Victoria put it perfectly when they described literacy skills in their literacy toolkit. They explained literacy skills as teaching students to process the world around them and construct meaning from text in all domains of life and subject areas. In layman's terms, literacy skills is more teaching students common sense. So, book smart versus street smart. Book smart being the English curriculum and street smart being literacy skills.